sorry, a nice evening. And Louis invite me to this Zoom meeting today for sale. Yeah, and yeah, amazing to see you guys. I hope we can build a huge future together. And I would say, let's say hello, yeah, to our leaders here in this event today. I will show you something. Yeah, so say hello to Africa, please.
Hello.
Yes, those are the Koreans, people from Korea, Japan, top leaders.
Yes,
awesome.
Absolutely right. Yeah, it's really nice, and especially this incentive, it's really important. Yeah, why? Especially these people are working with us more than 2 years. Yeah, and it's the first time that these guys visit us in Dubai in our head office. Yeah, and here in Armenia in our development office. And why is it so important? So we can build a lot of trust. Why? So people can look behind Gymstreet, yeah, and they can see we are a real company with more than 50 employees, yeah. So it's really amazing to build trust for our community, and this experience, what they get here in Armenia, yeah, they put it and take it to Japan, to Korea, yeah, and build new momentum for her communities. It's really amazing. And I'm very excited of you guys when you visit Armenia and Dubai, and I can meet you in person.
Awesome. So thank you, Frank. Thank you, Frank.
So guys, I believe this call right now. I go back to our guest, yeah. But I think on Thursday we have a Zoom meeting, right, Luis?
Yes, yes, next week, Thursday. Just the leaders meeting.
Yeah, great. I will also join this meeting. Yeah, at this time I will visit Dave in Portugal. Yeah, so I will also attend this meeting, and then I have more time for you guys. Okay, thank you very much. I wish you a nice evening for you. Much success. Thank you.
Bye, Frank. Say hi to everyone.
Bye, Frank. Say hi to everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Nice work.
Okay, I will hand over to Timo. Thank you, leaders, for joining us tonight. And I'm so excited, actually. And we are just starting something that will be a movement, not just a movement by saying, but a movement that will change your personal lives and also other people's lives in Africa and abroad, not just Africa. So our thinking is to onboard. Actually, our goal is to onboard over 1 million users ASP. So let's get to this journey together. Let's hold hands together and make it happen together. I'll hand over to Timo. Timo.
Yeah, Luis, thank you so much for inviting me to this awesome community. I'm super excited to see we have 41 people, and if I get it right, these are only the potential leaders that we're going to onboard. Is that correct?
Yes. It's not the community. It's only leaders. It's only leaders. You have not yet met our community. You will meet
this. Gets me even more excited. And when I hear people like Nick saying that you're all on fire, you're going to crush this thing. So we are more than happy to assist you. Of course, as Louis said, we put great emphasis, or we emphasize. Sorry if my English isn't always perfect. Sometimes I may be longing for words here and there. It's not my my mother tongue. However, we put lots of weight into, as Louis said, nurturing the community, working with you closely together. We think that this is very important, and we love to spend the time, as we see this as an investment. Of course, we also have expectations from your end. I think that should be obvious and clear. So we are going to support you with all we have, with all we can, to generate sales that are going to make you earn lots of sales commission, of course. I think, Luis, as you told me, you have already gone through the regular company presentation. Is that correct? And also the binary plan, how the commission system works?
Not with the whole team, with the 12 top 12 leaders. Yes, we have done it. And I think Dr. Charles had already done meetings with them on that. He has specific things that you want us to help him with. So he can point out, and any other leader, please feel free. Let's engage. Let's talk. Let it be a leaders meeting.
Yes.
Let not be,
because so I would love Dr. Charles for you to guide us a little bit. If not, if you just let me go ahead, I'm going to
go ahead with this document. I think them hearing it from you tonight, it will actually make a very big difference. So go through this document. I think it will cover most of the things that they want to hear.
Then bear with me though. I'm going to rush it just a little bit. Connecting to server. Is it still okay? Am I still here? Okay. I may be rushing it just a little bit. Because you already mentioned to value our time. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go to what I believe are the most important slides, so the key facts, right, without talking too much about everything. And then we're also going to cover the compensation plan, how that works with the binary and your earnings potential. And then I'm going to show you around in the dashboard. I may even sign up a dummy account to show you how easy it actually is, it literally takes less than 5 minutes to sign up an account and purchase and make the first purchase, given that you have, your crypto wallets already at hand. So we, of course, we assume that this is given. Anyways, Luis, may I ask you to keep an eye on the participants on the waiting room in case people are joining, so that you can let them in. Thank you for that. You may also make Dr. Charles co-host so that he can also assist a little bit.
Yeah.
Now let's get back here. We just met Frank, who's right now in our developers office, or not in the office, but in Armenia, where our developers office is located, right? He's the CEO of the company, but he is very close with the community. So it's not that type of CEO whom you will never see, who only appears on the slides. No, as you just witnessed yourself today, he will join calls like this to say hello. Next week, you're also going to have another opportunity to ask him your questions directly, and he's more than willing, to answer all the questions that you may have. And we're always here. Everything that we have established so far, actually, and Luis, you've been with us from the very beginning as well. So you know that a lot of the things that you see here today that make up our platform is actually has been brought to life due to demand from our community, things that they requested, that they asked for. Could you do this? Could you do it this way? Could you do things that way? We would love a product, to be like this or like that. And then we listen to you guys, and if it makes sense for us, and if we can figure out a way how to deliver these products that we are asking for, we are more than willing to also implement those wishes that you might have, right? And we also understand that we're working with different communities that also have, different requirements. So currently, as we saw in the background, Frank is there in Armenia with our top leaders from Korea and Japan. I'm from Germany, right? I'm sitting in Germany right now. Frank is from Switzerland. Our chief marketing officer, Dave, he is in Portugal. Frank just mentioned him as well. So you can see there that we are all across the globe, and mainly, via Zoom meetings, getting together. We have Luis there and sitting in South Africa. So we are already quite international. However, the main community that we have is sitting in Asia. First and foremost, Korea is the top country when it comes to generating sales, closely followed by Japan, that are also growing rapidly. A few months ago, we have also onboarded Vietnam, who are right now building up their teams right there. But as you can already tell, Asia is currently the main audience, or the main customer base, and especially Korea, Japan are somewhat better situated countries, right? So the average salary is maybe somewhat higher than, for example, in Africa, and therefore we will also be looking at how we can structure new products in such a way that will make it a lot easier for you guys to sell it, you know, to the people that you are working with. Now let's get back here. So we just met Frank. He's the CEO. Then you see this guy right here, Artashes. He is the CEO of Codex. That's actually the development company that we're working with. So everything back-end related, or the website. So all these things are being done right here at Codex. And then there's Mr. Jordan Markov from ImmerseFX. And ImmerseFX is a visual effects company. So actually they're originally coming from the movie business. So he has decades, or at least 1 decade, like 15 something years of experience from the visual effects movie business. He has done visual effects for Hollywood blockbusters. I think the most famous or most popular example that he has worked with is Sylvester Stallone in the Expendables movie series that I'm sure many of you also know, right? So this guy has a lot of experience when it comes to visual effects. And he has dedicated a team to, or partnered with us and dedicated a team from his office to bring our vision of creating a virtual world to life. So everything visually related is coming right here from ImmerseFX. And just a little bit more about our CEO, Frank. As you can see, he has already appeared, for example, in Founders Magazine. So we're also doing quite a bit of PR work. So trying to get, you know, articles like this to gain some traction, you know, also in the media to spread the word about Gymstreet and what we're doing here. And you already heard me mention about our offices. So one is in Armenia, our development office. That's where Frank is right now with the top leaders, to give them the chance to have a peek behind the scenes, to get to know the people in person who are actually developing the platform, the virtual land, the virtual miners, all that stuff that make up the products that you are selling to earn the commissions, right? Bulgaria is where ImmerseFX is located, the visual effects company. And then we also have a head office in Dubai, although this is more like a representative office. So if you guys would like to get to know us or have like in-person meetings, this would usually be the place to meet firsthand. And why Dubai? Well, first of all, it's a very crypto-friendly location, right? So it's a lot easier to get licensed there and to set up a business right here in Dubai. And it's also an international hub. So from wherever you are in the world, it's easy to get flights, you know, to Dubai quickly at affordable rates. So therefore, it's a very strategic place, you know, to have your head office there. Apart from that, it's a very energetic place. I don't know if any of you has ever been there. I remember Luis and I last year we had, you know, we had our first public like event that took place in Dubai, and that was also the first time I visited Dubai, and I was quite impressed by that city. It's amazing. I was able to go several days without sleep, and I didn't feel tired. It's crazy. I don't know what it is, but this place has some sort of energy to it. It's simply different. Now, here is what it looks like in our development office in Armenia, and you may also get the chance, you know, to visit us there, you know, to schedule a visit with your top leaders if you would like to do so, to get to know our development team. This is what I just talked about, our head office in Dubai, what it looks like. Actually, it's just one room, right, in a business building there. But it's a nice place, you know, where you can just have personal meetings other than Zoom. I mean, we all know Zoom is a great way, you know, to present things, to get in touch, but there's nothing better still than meeting in person when it comes to doing business. Now, this is just what Frank already talked about. In total, we have actually more than 70 talented individuals working behind the scenes at Gymstreet, for Gymstreet, including, you know, ourselves right here, like me and Luis. Here are some of the core team members. So right here, Rafael, he is the chief. I think stands for informational officer. So basically, he is the heads of development. So he's the guy, the brain behind all the smart contracts, you know, everything coding related. He's the guy who basically knows it all and who is supervising the development team. You already heard about David right here. He lives in Portugal, and as Frank said, they're going to meet there also next week. This is myself. My name is Timur. My last name is actually Turkish. I have a Turkish father who came here to Germany, found a German wife. They married, and so we got born and raised over here in Germany, but I actually have Turkish roots right there. You already know Luis. Then there's Alberto Mera from Spain. He's our token designer, and hopefully, Luis, you will also be able to, if not yet, if it hasn't happened yet, to also invite Alberto to one of our meetings right here, because he is the guy when it comes to anything numbers related. You are earning Gymnet tokens as rewards. Alberto is the one who calculated, you know, all the numbers, the minting calendar, who came up with how many tokens, how big the token supply should be, how many tokens should be released per day, and so on. So all these things are coming out of his creative head. And what's also very important, or very impressive, better said, very impressive, or an interesting fact to know, is that he is originally coming from the investment banking, right? So he is a former investment banker. He has worked for large investment banks such as UBS before he switched to the crypto space, because he found it more interesting, more compelling for him, you know, to work with startup projects such as ours, where he has now ended up to be our token designer. But, you know, his former investment banking career also adds lots of value to what we're doing here at Gymstreet. And then these two lovely ladies, they're also sitting in our Armenian office. They're running the marketing department right there. And here, Matilda, she's our art director. So everything, like creatively, like the posts in our Telegram groups, on the Instagram channels, all that stuff is going over Matilda's desk right here. We've already talked about our community. Now, when you read 20,000 plus registered users worldwide, that number, to be honest here, refers to also our social media following, because anyone, you know, we're very transparent. You're actually able to go on the blockchain and, you know, check our smart contracts, and you will see that we have somewhere between 6,000 and 7,000 wallets right there, you know, that you will find when you check our NFT smart contracts. So those are actually the registered accounts, or the active accounts within Gymstreet thus far. However, we have a much larger community, people who are following, and also we have originally started out as a DeFi platform, so as a decentralized finance, right? So we originally started with another project called Gym Network that has then you know, grown into Gymstreet to turn it into a virtual world and you know, provide decentralized finance basically via the metaverse. This was initially the vision. It has already evolved. You will see soon when we're going to release the next major updates here in the coming weeks and months. Now, talking of community, as I already said, Korea, Japan, those are currently our largest communities, the major you know, drivers when it comes to generating sales. Vietnam is rapidly growing as well. We have also a rather small community in Philippines that was very promising in the beginning. However, unfortunately, didn't, you know, really take off there. And then there's also Switzerland, Germany, as Frank, myself, this is, you know, where we are from. And we're also doing some team building on the sides ourselves as well, and spreading the word about Gymstreet over here, you know, where we are located. And here are just a few words by some of our top leaders. So Tiffany right here, she's one of the people, you know, who has the largest teams within Gymstreet, earning lots of commissions. Ashley is, you know, the largest the biggest top leader in Japan. And Elisa right here, she is the one, you know, building our community in Vietnam. And she has already gone way beyond 6 figures within her first month. So yeah, she's doing a great job growing the community in Vietnam. Something that we're particularly proud of is right here, that we won the most innovative DeFi project award right here at Crypto Expo Dubai in 2022, where we attended. And this was really something, because at our booth, it was crowded, man. It was, you can't imagine all these people coming by and they see, oh, you're doing virtual reality. And we had some of the VR goggles there at our booth, and people could, you know, put them on and experience for themselves. By the way, there's also a possibility, if you want to set up a local office right there and where you are to build the business, that we can provide you with one of these VR glasses that you can use to demonstrate to the people how the virtual world actually looks and feels like. And really, at that point, any person who experienced it for themselves, that's where they convinced. They didn't even know what exactly we were doing. The moment they put on these glasses and they went through this VR experience themselves, every single, there was no, without any exception, everyone got super excited about this. And the only question they asked at the end was, what can I do to participate? What do I need to do to become a part of this, to buy into what you're doing here, right? And another very important thing for you to know, I already talked about transparency, is the fact, I think you guys know that we are blockchain based, right? So everything is smart contract driven. We're currently in the process to kind of referring back from that, because at the end of the day, blockchain is a great technology. However, for the goals that we are going after, it turns out that it's not really the best way to go. So as we initially started as a DeFi platform, yes, it made a lot of sense, you know, to make it blockchain based, because that's what it's all about. But then the moment we started to implement an affiliate system that was tied into our DeFi platform on the blockchain, that's where things started to become rather complicated. And as you can see here, we're working closely together with both Certic as well as PackShield, who are auditing all our smart contracts. And what they said when they audited our smart contracts, they said they have never before, with any project that they've been working with so far, have they seen smart contracts of the complexity like ours. They said they have never seen anything like this before, and they have audited hundreds, if not thousands, of smart contracts. So this is just to tell you what our development team is actually capable of achieving, because we have implemented something on blockchain basis via smart contracts, like the affiliate system, that no one has ever done before on such a level. However, the downside was that all these smart contract calls, all these calculations that had to be done, every time someone would claim their commission that they earned here by making sales on our DeFi platform, by referring new members, if they would claim commission, so many smart contract calls would be, or smart contracts would be called in the background, that it led to network fees, the gas fees that you have to pay in BNB, that were sometimes higher than the rewards, the Gymnet rewards, for example, that people earn from the miners themselves. So that's when we had to realize that blockchain is great, but it has its limits, and we pushed it already beyond the limits what blockchain technology is capable of. So it's not meant to run an affiliate system, basically, to get it down. So, and at this point, let's jump over here to my web browser, and let's go to Certic, certic.com, because with everything that we talk about here, and that's also something that you will probably like to use quite a bit. You heard me talk about transparency, and that's also something that we value greatly, to be very transparent. So you can always show to the people, demonstrate to the people, look right here, you can go to certic.com and you can check it out for yourself. The smart contracts, everything is regularly being audited. We even bought their, what's this, Certic, right here, Skynet, that's what it's called. The Skynet service, that the smart contracts are like in real time being audited. And if they find something isn't going right, they will immediately contact us, telling us that something is looking suspicious. We should check out our smart contracts here and there. And you can see that we have a score of 81. Of course, it could be better than that, but 81 is already quite a nice score to achieve. And really, when you look here, from the audit history, what they assessed as critical was, or major, medium, is that we have a high degree, or a somewhat high degree, of centralization in our smart contracts. What I already said, that blockchain has its limits, especially when you want to run an affiliate system on blockchain, based on blockchain. It's very, very difficult. And in DeFi, everything should be ideally fully decentralized. However, it's not possible with what we are doing here. And we are partly, as I already mentioned, referring back, doing things more and more centralized, because it makes things a lot easier. It gives us a lot more control, and it also allows us to do things with a lot, much less gas fees, when it comes to the smart contract calls, as I just talked about. But basically, it's still, the platform is running on blockchain. It's smart contract driven. However, the smart contracts you cannot anymore, like, to the smallest detail. You may at some point, reach a point where you cannot tell exactly what this transaction now did. When you claim commissions at the very beginning, you would be able to track exactly, okay, this wallet claimed the commissions, it called the smart contracts, the smart contract did this and that and this and that and this and that. That's how the commissions got split up. That's where it got sent, to all the sponsors and all that stuff. But that's what caused the high gas fees. And the community actually voted that they would rather reduce the gas fees, and in turn, take into account that things become somewhat more centralized. Anyways, for us, we don't think it's a bad thing to do. It actually serves us well. Now let's dive into what we are actually doing here at Gymstreet. What's our vision? What's what we're going after? And kindly check your mics, that you keep your mics off unless you want to say something. Thank you, guys. Now, we started out as a DeFi platform, which was called Gym Network. At some point, we realized that, the majority of the people who are actually buying into our platform, via the affiliate marketing, as the
You're muted, Timo.
Sorry about that. I accidentally muted myself. I was meaning to mute someone else. So where did I start to be muted? What was the last thing you heard? Now you are muted.
The one that you were talking about, you were about to introduce us to the Gymstreet multi-metaverse. So I think you were right. You're not that far.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So initially, the whole thing started out as a decentralized finance platform. So people could deposit cryptocurrency to earn, an interest, and we would also distribute a rewards token if they did it via our platform. That was the initial, business model. And we partnered with Alpaca Finance, which was our first business partner, the largest DeFi platform on BNB Smart Chain. And the funny thing was actually that, Luis, I don't know how long it took, but after a few weeks or months, we were like the biggest contributor to Alpaca Finance's vault and liquidity pools, the BNB liquidity pool, and the BNB vault, where people could deposit BNB to earn an interest rate, which led to them contacting us to ask what it actually was that we were doing, because they recognized that we were contributing the majority, of all the deposits. I think it was like 10-50 million or so,
Yes.
that was coming only from our community. And as I said, made up the majority of the vault. from Alpaca Finance. The vault basically means you deposit BNB, you earn an interest rate, and we would also issue Gymnet tokens as a reward on top. That was the initial business model. And people went out, and recommended the product to others, and they quickly got excited about it. But it turns out that the majority of our audience were, and still are, especially in Asia, elderly people, like 50, 60 years upwards. They're interested in, blockchain, crypto. However, they have never used a crypto wallet before. So now we had this challenge. Okay, we want to provide these people with access to this awesome, exciting world of cryptocurrency, decentralized finance, blockchain, and all that. However, how can we do it in such a way that it becomes very easy for them, so they don't have to worry about all these things like which wallet to use, how to connect to the DeFi website and do this and that and crypto transactions. And yes, they still need it, because as we talked about, the platform is still blockchain based. So it is first and foremost decentralized still. However, that's also part of the reason why, we went one step back. So in order we can do 2 steps forward. Sometimes that's how you have to do things. I'm sure you will agree here. Anyways, that's when the idea was born. Why not turn the whole thing into a metaverse? This has never been done before. Virtual reality offers so many opportunities, and especially Asia, when it comes to adapting to new technologies, they're much further ahead than even we are here in Europe. And I think sometimes you guys are also as well, especially in Germany. We are very slow when it comes to adapting new technologies. People over here are like, I'm not sure if this is really something. Let's better stick to what we already know. That's how we are in general. That's our that's the German way of living, and it has served well in the past, because it gives you this image of stability and doing things well and right. However, we have reached a time where if you're not able to quickly adapt to changing circumstances, to an ever-changing environment, and especially the blockchain space, cryptocurrency, it's evolving so fast. You guys know this very well, of course, that if you're unable to quickly adapt and adjust your business model, to where the markets are headed, you'll be lost before you even got started. You'll be left behind before you even get started. And that's also something we need to be aware of. So we constantly scan the market, evaluate, assess what's happening. And if we spot new trends or a change in trend direction, we quickly adapt to that changing trend. So initially, that's what we can see here. And that's what we are still selling at the moment. However, you already heard me say that in the coming weeks and months, we're going to release a major update that will also quite change the whole vision, what we're going after, how we're going to do things from what we are presenting and selling right now today. Until that day, though, it's perfectly fine to just, stick with the way we've been presenting so far, because that's also what we are doing, in our public official webinars for the community. So from that, I think I will exceed a little bit. Hopefully I'm not talking too much. I'm just getting excited now, and you can tell. If it's too much for you, just stop me, Dr. Charles. So from starting out as a DeFi platform to becoming, creating or to envisioning how we could provide people with a simple way to access it, that's when the idea was born, to combine decentralized finance with virtual reality, and provide these products via the metaverse. Metaverse is nothing new. Decentraland was already out there. The sandbox is already out there. There are many other metaverses already out there. People are already have already built communities, in various metaverses where they're regularly meeting and doing things. However, what hasn't been done yet is to build a metaverse for a specific niche to serve, a specific goal and to for a specific target audience. And that's what we were going after here initially, to create the first financial district in the metaverse. And that's when Gymstreet was born. So we originated from Gym Network, as I already said, that was the DeFi platform. And then this idea came up, you know, to make this the financial district in the metaverse. Now, what's the biggest, most popular, you know, financial district out there that everyone knows? It's, of course, Wall Street. So that's when the idea came up, or when we decided to call this thing Gymstreet. So Gymstreet is like a wordplay, a combination of Gym Network and Wall Street. Bring the two together, we merge it together. That's when we came up with this brand name of Gymstreet. However, there's going to be a rebranding. You know, you stay excited about it. A lot is going to happen. Great things are yet to come. However, you can already get started with what we have right now. There's no need to wait, you know, for anything here. And starting out as Gymstreet, quickly the next level, you know, we evolved to the next level as we integrated an already existing community from Japan that was that had a similar idea. As I said, our initial markets were Korea and Japan, and there was this community in Japan that approached us saying that, hey, I love that idea. We already have a community though, and we would love to have like our own metaverse. Like, we understand that Gymstreet, Wall Street, you know, it's about the financial district there, but we would also love to have like our financial district. And that's when Kabutosho was born and integrated into Gymstreet, and the idea of the multi-metaverse was born. You can see how we evolve, you know, from a simple DeFi platform that we originally started out as, to a metaverse, and then it became a multi-metaverse. So there's Gymstreet, there's Kabutosho. You guys are going to fully focus on Gymstreet though, as Kabutosho, it's like like an own community within our overall community. Even the top leaders from Japan that are constantly regularly generating sales, they're all also focusing on Gymstreet right here. And then coming soon right here, Santin, you heard me mention it before, that's the idea, to create yet another metaverse, another virtual world, another financial district in the metaverse, to specifically serve another niche, another target audience like yours, where products will be, you know, on a different price level, to make it much easier for you guys to find customers. Sorry about that. I'm working from home. Let me introduce you our youngest member in the metaverse, which is right here. His name is Yannick. Sag mal hallo. Hallo.
Awesome. Hello.
He wants me to read the book to him. But mommy is going to do it now. Sag mal, gute Nacht. Good night. All right, guys, let's go. Gute Nacht, mein Spatz. So, Papi arbeitet. Daddy is working. I will quickly close the door. Be right back. Alles gut, kein Problem. Kein Problem.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, no issues. Remember that one video where a politician had an online speech and suddenly his children came running into the room? Sometimes it just happens, right?
Yes.
All good. I'm sure you all have children too. You know how that is. So right here, Santin, you know, that's the idea, to provide, you know, yet another virtual world to for a specific target audience like yours. And then there's CashFT. CashFT has a special role. This is another virtual world that's exclusive to the owners of our CashFT debit card. Yes, you heard me right. We also have our own debit card included as yet another product that you will be able to sell to your customers. However, our recent card vendor, the white label solution, the company who's providing the cards, has abandoned their business, unfortunately. So we're currently on hold, but we are already negotiating, you know, with the new card vendor and are now in the process of setting up, all the paperwork, such that in a few weeks we will be able to issue new debit cards again, which will also allow you next to selling the virtual land, the virtual miners, to give people access to our metaverse right here and earn the passive income. You can also sell a debit card as yet another product. And when your team members use their debit card every day to spend their cryptocurrencies, what the rewards that they're earning here, every time one of your team members does something with their debit card, you will earn a little, piece of commission there. So a very exciting thing. And then there's what we call Cash FT Island. That's an exclusive virtual world for card owners only, where they will get special access, to special things that aren't regularly available in our other metaverses. And that's, how we came up with this multi-metaverse. And you can already tell how things are evolving, and we are rapidly growing at such a speed. Sometimes our own development team isn't really able, or it feels as if we aren't able to even keep up with the visions, that we are going after. As I just said, sometimes we also need to take a step back to allow us to take another 2 steps forward again. Now, here you can see where we are currently at. So the 2D map, that's already done. And this is going to be turned into a 3D world, of course. So the full 3D world is supposed to be released in the first quarter of next year. That's the time window that ImmersiveX gave us when they believe that they will be able to deliver the first version, which is not yet going to be perfect, of course. And the very first prototype, as you've heard me mention already, is already available now. So you may be able to get one of these VR glasses for your local offices if you plan to set them up there. Excuse me. And then you will also be able, to check it out for yourself. The prototype version, however, you can imagine it. So you're putting it on, you can look around like this, but you cannot freely move. So you're pushing the button, and by doing so, you jump, from one position to the next, but you can look around and check everything out from within the VR glasses. So it already gives you a pretty good impression of what it's actually going to be like to access our products from within the metaverse. Now, what you're already able to do today, what you can already use today is the virtual land on the 2D map for advertisement purposes. If we jump back here, you can see, so for example, if you buy a larger land plot, you can buy one single land parcel, of course, but you can also buy, let's say, 25, which would make it 5 by 5. Then you'd get like a square like this, and you can upload your business logo here, like many of our community members are doing it. Many of our community members are actually business owners, or they're running online businesses. For example, like this guy, he put a QR code here that leads to his website, and he wrote "Scan me." Of course, when you see it, you get interested and curious. Oh, what's behind that? And you're going to scan that code, right? And eventually someone, will stick around and think, well, that's an interesting thing. I will buy one of his products. So you can already make use of the virtual world on the 2D map, for your own advertising purposes. However, at a later point, we will talk about advertising also, just 2 more slides further down. So that's already available today. And then, of course, our virtual miner, actually, right here, it's still the single miner. We now have what we call the dual miner. That's a virtual mining product that's generating rewards tokens automatically as a sort of passive income that you can earn here simply by purchasing virtual land and virtual miners. And immediately those rewards tokens will start to be issued to your dashboard, where you can claim them to your own wallet. In the future, of course, there's much more things that you will be able to do with your virtual land. You can rent it out, to others that may not want to buy virtual land, but simply rent it so that they can use it for their business purposes. Of course, you will be able to sell it later on. We're also going to look at the price index, very interesting thing at this point. And we're selling, trading, basically the same thing, actually. I don't really know why we have both on here, to be honest, but you will be able to sell your land also at a later point. And once we're fully sold out, we're going to release the marketplace where everyone will be able to freely trade, right? That's where trade actually then does come into play. Their virtual land parcels and other NFTs that will become available within our platform. And then also you can build and lease buildings on your virtual land, such as, illustrated here. You can use these buildings to offer products if you're running a business, or you can use them just for, leisure purposes. Like my children, they love to play games such as Roblox, Minecraft. Those of you who have children, you may know these kind of games, and they're doing it just for fun. They're building. My son regularly shows me his mansion that he has built there. He has even built a restaurant, and other, people that are running around this virtual world, gaming world, are coming there to eat virtual burgers in his restaurant. It's crazy, but that's the next generation. They're already growing up with this stuff. So for them, it's completely normal. As I said, we're somewhat ahead of times here, right? We're going with trends that are just, beginning to establish, giving you the opportunity to ride the trend from the very beginning, as we're getting started with it right now. And then, of course, buildings can be rented out. So businesses may also just rent a floor within your virtual building for their business purposes. You can generate rental income that way. You can put up advertisement space, use your buildings also for advertisement purposes in the metaverse. So there's many, many things that you will be able to do. Opportunities are nearly limitless here in the virtual world. Now let's talk about advertisement. That's where it gets really, really super exciting. Now, look at these. I'm absolutely 100% certain that all of you know these billboards. You drive down the highway, you see them everywhere. You wait at the bus station, there's billboards. You walk down the city, you see billboards everywhere. People are spending millions and millions of dollars just to put up their product ads on these billboards without even knowing who's seeing their advertisement there. All they know is, in a public place like this, how many people that can be, that's a metric that they can get. How many people on average are walking by? Do they know if they're looking at the advertisement? And if they do so, who is looking at it? And if they do so, are they taking action upon their advertisement? They don't know this, yet they're paying a lot of money only because of the fact if it's a crowded place, right? And in the metaverse, they will be able to do the same thing. There's also going to be billboard ads. Now, from the business perspective, those of you doing online marketing, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. Online marketing is so much more exciting because of the fact that you get so much more metrics. When you're running Google ads, you know exactly who is clicking on it, right? When they clicked on it, from which website they're coming, where they clicked your advertisement. So from out of these metrics, you can learn so much more about your potential customers, which allows you to target your advertisement much more specifically. And now take this and apply it to the virtual world. Imagine, as a business owner, you'd be able to put up a billboard in a crowded place and at the same time get these metrics that we just talked about that you would otherwise only be able to receive from online advertisement, right? So this is a combination that makes it super, super interesting for businesses. And now let's talk about what's in it for you guys. You, as the landowners, you can put these virtual buildings on your virtual land. You can put these billboards there. You can either advertise for yourself if you're doing affiliate marketing, for example, advertise products. And if people, interact with these ads and you make a sale, you will earn commissions. So you can either use it for yourself, or you could rent out that advertisement space to businesses who would be interested, in showing their ads. And we just talked about why it's going to be very interesting, even more interesting to advertise in the virtual world than in the real world. And trust me, I absolutely believe that this is where we're headed. And as I just told you, our goal is, to go with the trend before it's even established, right? So we're going to pave the road for others, to walk on. And yeah, so this is where we bring both worlds together, basically. So business owners, and also the community. And now again, from your perspective, let's go back here. If you're walking down this crowded space, you see a billboard ad. Eventually, it might happen that it's something of interest for you. And you would be happy, that you've become aware about a product that is actually useful for you. In such rare cases, you'd be happy that you've seen that advertisement. In most cases, it's actually, somewhat annoying, or you're not even paying attention to these billboard ads. You're walking by because they're just everywhere, right? You're not even paying attention to it anymore. Now, we talked about serving a specific niche. Remember, our goal was to establish the first financial district in the metaverse. So you may have heard about the term, if you're doing online marketing, niche down till it hurts. So I think I heard this in a podcast show called the Entrepreneurs on Fire. Yes, Entrepreneur on Fire. That was the show. He always said it, niche down till it hurts. I'm not going to talk much further about what it actually means. Those of you who are doing online marketing, you know it. But now imagine you're a business owner and you know that this is a metaverse that serves a specific niche, that's targeting a specific audience. In our case, people who are interested in financial products. So instead of putting up your billboard ads on a crowded place, hoping that eventually someone might be walking by, seeing it, and may make a buying decision based on the advertisement. In our case, exactly whom you're advertising to, because the people who are coming here for a specific reason. They're interested in learning about decentralized finance, blockchain, cryptocurrency, all these things. And on the other hand, you as the user, as the consumer, or the community member, you may actually be happy to see these advertisements in this case, because all of these are potential products that you are actually interested in, that you want to learn about, and at the end of the day would be happy that you've learned about these products because or you've become aware about these products because of advertisements that you've seen right here in our metaverse. Now, Dr. Charles, I see you turn on your video. Is there something you would like to add here at this point before I keep on going?
No. I'm still enjoying. Cruz, yeah, you're right. You're just nailing it.
Yes, I'm just getting excited here. So let me go with the flow. We're close to getting finished. So, and that's also something besides, creating the virtual world, allowing you to become virtual land owners, right? Advertisement, it's like the main business model everywhere, anywhere, everywhere. So including advertisement, of course, makes a lot of sense. And we're also aiming, at providing also you with potential revenue streams through advertisement in our virtual world that we are creating here. But now there's also another part to it. Remember, the initial idea was to provide people with a way to access, for example, decentralized finance product, that it becomes much easier, much more intuitive. And thanks to virtual reality, we now have the chance to allow you to access something like decentralized finance in a way like you've been used to when you walk around the corner to your local bank office. You walk inside, there's a service desk, there's someone, an employee, a staff member who knows about what products they have to offer, how these products work. You can ask them, you can say, hey, look, this is what I've got. I'd like to invest some. What do you have to offer? How does it work? What would be the best, choice for me in my particular situation? And then by having that conversation, they can, make you some offers that would suit you, and you can then choose what you think is the best one for you. Now, we take this, the real world experience, and we apply it to the virtual world. And that's what it would look like. Imagine, this is Alpaca Finance's website. You're completely new. You have never installed a cryptocurrency wallet before, let alone connected it to a DeFi website. You may have heard about DeFi because of some, people talking about it on YouTube, and you can earn so much interest, passively, and it's such a great thing to do. However, you come here to Alpaca Finance, you see all these interest rates, and you think, wow, it's great, but how does it work? What do I need to do now? I need to connect a wallet. What's a wallet, right? So that's, before people even get started, they already get lost, and they get daunted, and they give up, before even giving it a try. So you come here to such a website, Alpaca Finance, great thing. However, it's targeted at nerds. Let's call it by what it actually is. They're targeting nerds, people who know exactly what they need to do, because that's what they do every day. They know what a wallet is. They're using it every day. They know about cryptocurrency. They've spent lots of time educating themselves. That's their target audience. However, this is such a small audience. We want to grow much bigger, also with the help of you guys, of course. So we take the awesome products that a DeFi platform such as Alpaca Finance has to offer, but we turn it into a completely new customer experience, as you can see here to the right. So imagine you put on your VR glasses, you walk inside Alpaca Finance's website, and it looks like this, like a futuristic local bank office. You walk up to the service desk. There's employees, there's service staff there. You can ask them questions. They will tell you, how things work. They will let you know that you would need a cryptocurrency wallet. They will show you how to get it, how to install it, how to connect it, so that you can access these products. And by the way, AI is currently being hyped quite a bit, and there's a lot of reason for this to be hyped, because it's an awesome technology, and it's also going to serve us well with what we're going after, because these service avatars, as we call them, they could and most likely will be AI driven. Like Binance a while ago has announced that, you can now use their AI bot if you have questions, instead of browsing through their blogs, where they explain how their products work. I mean, it's all there. You can educate yourself if you want to, and if you can invest, if you have the time necessary to invest into doing so. Or you can chat with their AI bot that's being fed, with all the necessary data. If you've played around with ChatGPT, you already know that it's a great tool, and it's already capable of doing, giving you answers. It's amazing. I sat down with my children, and I told my son, get your math homework real quick. And we just typed in the exact questions as it was written down in his math book. It took a few seconds. You see that cursor blink, and then ChatGPT started giving us the answer, like ding, 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 ding. But it doesn't only give you the answer, it gives you all the explanations as to like how it did the calculations to get to the result. And it all the explanations that the teacher in school would like to see from the students, laid out on paper. So the tool is already smart enough to think 2 steps, further ahead. It's amazing. I'm as you hear me speak about it, getting super excited about it. So this technology, it's also rapidly evolving, quite fast. So by the time, next year, we will be able to release our virtual world. It's very much likely that AI will be, at a stage where you can easily implement it. You feed it, with all the necessary data. And then you will walk in there, you will actually talk to those service avatars, and it will feel as if you're speaking to another person. So, and we're already almost at that point today. In half a year or maybe 1 year from now, this is going to be absolutely maybe not yet normal, but it will become normal in the near future. And well, I'm totally convinced about that. Now let's have a look at some numbers. We talked about other metaverses, Decentraland, the Sandbox. I'm sure most of you know about these already. Those are the most popular ones. So it makes a lot of sense, to compare to these metaverses to get a feeling for where we're headed. And when we talk about virtual land, their starting price was also at $100. We also started at $100. If you go to Decentraland or the Sandbox now and you check out their virtual marketplaces, where people are offering their virtual land parcels for sale, it somewhat depends because they're mostly being traded either in their own tokens, like Mana token here for Decentraland, or on the Sandbox in Ethereum. So the prices are somewhat dependent on the price of Mana and Ethereum, but at the time when we looked it up, you would hardly be able to find a single land parcel in either of these metaverses for less than $1,000. One single land parcel. They also started out at 100, just like we are doing. And now look at the monthly visitors. Decentraland, close to 1 million visitors per month. Sandbox, well beyond 1 million visitors per month. Of course, we are just getting started. We're still a lot smaller, but we're already seeing a decent growth rate. With you guys, being onboarded, we may even increase that growth rate as well, so that we will also soon hit maybe 100,000, 500, 1 million visitors per month. Remember what we talked about here. 1 million visitors per month. Will this platform become interesting for businesses to use it for advertisement purposes? Especially when they know that we have a very well-targeted audience. Think about it. Who's worth more? 1,000, random people, or one targeted person? Who would you pay more? What's that? There's a certain word. I don't know what the term is right now. What you spend, per sign up registered, person to your sales funnel. Of course, the targeted person is worth a lot more than any random person. And that's what we will be able, to provide here to the advertisers. Now here you can see, all the logos of partner companies that have already joined Gymstreet, as well as our own companies or platforms that we work with. So Gym Network, that's our own DeFi platform, of course, that was still integrated. We somehow separated it now recently to focus more on the metaverse itself. ImmersiveX, of course, that's the visual effects company, Codex. So there are also some of our own company logos, but then IvanPay, for example, that's a payment processor. So we have integrated Gymnet token into their payment processing, and they're partnering with restaurants, hotels all over the world. And when they choose to work with IvanPay, they have these vending machines, or like when you pay with the card, there are these little card readers like that. But the thing is, the only difference is that they will show you the QR code and you can scan it with your crypto wallet and pay with, a wide range of cryptocurrencies, including Gymnet right here, thanks to IvanPay. And yeah, we are already listed at quite a few, major exchanges such as XT or Bitmart. Lbank was the first public centralized exchange that we got listed on. PancakeSwap, of course, it's the decentralized exchange, yet that's where we have our liquidity pools at. That's why we put the logo here, and so on. And then most recently added were ApeSwap and Filecoin. ApeSwap, we partnered with. They have a quite interesting product called liquidity bonds, where you can provide liquidity, BUSD and Gymnet paired up, and you will receive more Gymnet tokens back as a reward. Interesting business model right here. But again, as you hear me speak about it, you need to have some deeper knowledge about how these platforms work. So it's more like a business partnership that also serves them, because they can offer one more liquidity bond to their community. And then Filecoin. Let's go ahead and talk about Filecoin, because this is where it now becomes even more exciting, if it's not yet exciting enough, right? So with the virtual miners, a while ago, we have introduced what we call a dual miner. So you're not earning one rewards token, which was Gymnet. Initially, we had only distributed Gymnet as the rewards token for our virtual miners. Then we started issuing 2 rewards tokens. The first version was with our business partner. That's right here, BitOpex. That's the first, not the first, but the first crypto options exchange that's targeting retail customers. Let's put it that way. There's Deribit, but Deribit is more like for the advanced, ventures, the big guys. BitOpex is offering crypto options trading to retail customers like you and I. Interesting project. And we issued their BPX token as rewards via our virtual, the dual miners. But that has run out, and then we started the next generation dual miner, which is now going to be around for quite a while, because Filecoin is really a long-term project, a long-term opportunity, because it provides you with rewards up to 80 months. That's like, I think it's like close to 7 years. Must be like 7 years, 80 months. And you're earning both Gymnet and Filecoin. The thing is that we are aware of the fact that we talked about Alberto, right? Our token designer, and he has, come up with the minting calendar, and we have a limited token supply, and it's finite. So at the end of 2025, so 2 more years to go, Gymnet mining will be done. All the tokens will be distributed, to the community or the people, who bought it from exchanges. Whatever, we're not able to issue any more Gymnet tokens. So we have a limited supply, just like Bitcoin has a limited supply. In our case, it's artificially limited, of course, but it's written into the smart contract that there's a limited supply, and it ends in 2025. But beyond that, we want to be able, to provide the people who are purchasing the virtual miners today to earn rewards even beyond the date when Gymnet rewards distribution will be over. And that's where we came up with Filecoin. Why Filecoin? We will have a closer look at on the next slides. I think the most important fact here, next to the fact that you're earning 2 rewards tokens, is right here, up to 492%. This is the number. The up to, of course, is like when the Filecoin mining, is at its best. Can be slightly less, might even be more. It could very well become more, because this number is calculated based on the current prices of both Gymnet and Filecoin. Gymnet is right now in a bottoming out phase. The whole cryptocurrency market is currently, in a bottoming out phase. Some people are arguing that we may see one final leg down. Like we haven't seen that final capitulation yet. But even if that were to happen, we are very, very close to the bottom. So from here, it's much more likely, much, much more likely that prices are going to go up rather than further down. And if they will go further down, maybe, they may drop a little bit further, but from there, it's going to be the buying opportunity of a lifetime, right? So everyone should be ready, have some cash aside for if that final market drop happens, you want to be buying in big time. I'm already prepared for that, by the way. Anyways, you can sell these dual miners today and thus provide people with an opportunity to earn 2 rewards tokens simultaneously from one single virtual miner. And regardless of what the markets are doing, they will earn their rewards tokens day by day by day by day, up to 80 months, in total up to 492%. Now, if that's not a nice number, I don't know what is. If you want to know about more details, in our next call, we can go, dive deeper into how these numbers are actually being calculated and all that. Just so you know, the 492% is calculated based on the price per miner. So we're taking $50 as the cost basis, and because we want to show what the miner is generating as rewards, and that's the ROI you're getting based on the miner, right? We also have some tables next time I'm going to show you guys where we also put together, you know, the ROIs, the numbers with the entire like bundles as the cost basis to give you a better overview there. But in this case, you can clearly show that the virtual miner has very high potential. And now let's have a closer look at Filecoin, the rewards token, the second rewards token that you're earning here. It's the leading decentralized storage network. Any one of you using a smartphone, be it an iPhone or Android device, doesn't matter. We all know cloud storage because we're regularly using it. I'm backing up my iPhone to Apple Cloud. Android users, you're using Google Drive, but everyone knows cloud storage. It's a common thing nowadays. Filecoin is providing cloud storage in a decentralized way. And as you can see from their numbers, they're rapidly growing. And what we will be doing from the people that are buying the virtual miners, with the money collected, we are going to purchase actual mining hardware. In the case of Filecoin, it's server hardware. So a lot of hard drives, right, put together with server hardware so that we can provide storage space to the Filecoin network. And by doing so, we'll be earning Filecoin as rewards. That's basically what Filecoin mining, if you want to call it that, it's all about. It's not really mining, but let's call it that, right? And the rewards that we earn by providing storage space to the decentralized storage network of Filecoin, which is rapidly growing, we'll be earning Filecoin as rewards and redistribute them to the virtual miner owners in our community, so to you guys. So by simply purchasing a virtual miner for $50, you get to earn Gymnet as a rewards token, which is, you know, automatically being issued based on our minting calendar. And at the same time, you will participate in actual real world Filecoin mining, and the mining facility is going to be set up in Dubai. So once that's the case, you will not only be able when you come visit our head office in Dubai, of course, it will make a lot of sense, and also to take a trip to our Filecoin mining facility, you know, so that everyone can have a look at it themselves. And here just one example to show you who is actually already using the Filecoin network. OpenSea, the largest NFT marketplace, is storing their NFTs on decentralized on the Filecoin network. Wikipedia, everyone knows it. Everyone has, you know, done some research and been using Wikipedia for it. They're storing a copy of their database or a backup on the Filecoin network. OpenStreetMap, an open source equivalent to Google Maps, is using Filecoin as a backup solution, you know, for their maps and so on. So these are just a few popular examples. As we've seen here, there's already more than 1,000, you know, clients that are using the Filecoin network, 425 plus organizations who are building on the Filecoin network, 1,400 plus storage providers. That's where we will also become part of this growing number. And the overall growth, you know, and data being stored on the Filecoin network, you can see right here, demand is already there and it's growing fast, and we will be part of the game and, you know, earn and participate in this growth potential, besides the fact that we are creating our virtual world. So that's like a side business, an extra stream of revenue that we provide you with simply by joining Gymstreet and participating in what we're doing here. And, you know, the easiest way to get started is with our super bundles. So that's where we bundle together virtual land parcels, virtual miners, and some upgrades. Upgrades allow you to add more miners to a single land parcel. And if you purchase these, you know, individual products as readily, you know, put together bundles, we call these super bundles, you get, you know, greater value at a beneficial price, basically. We don't like to call it discount because discount sounds as if you're getting something for cheap that's actually worth more. Even though it's the same thing, we put it like this. So we we offer higher value at a beneficial price. I believe you may agree that this sounds much better, you know, than calling it a discount. Another very interesting thing is our buy and burn mechanism. It's not really a buy and burn mechanism anymore since our recent change to the binary plan. We don't have an automatic burning integrated anymore. However, we still have automated buyback. So every time a sale is happening in our platform, so you're recommending our product, someone is buying it, you earn commissions, and part of it will always be used to automatically buy back Gymnet from our liquidity pool on PancakeSwap, which will of course help stabilize the price. Depending on the growth rate, like how much sales we're making on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, it will not only stabilize the price, but it's going to help the price grow. And we can even provide you with some numbers. Alberto will be a great guy to invite him over here to the next meeting to give you some insights. We have some spreadsheets that he has put together where you can run different scenarios and play different scenarios, like if we are doing 1 million, 2 million, 3 million sales per month, what's it going to do to the token price? And that way you can get a good feeling of if we generate that much sales, the token price is going to grow that fast. And that's also a very important fact that people need to understand, that this is a long-term project. We're not here, for the make quick money, scheme like 1% per day, blah, blah, blah. If that's what you're looking for, sorry, we cannot offer you that. You need to be looking elsewhere. But I'm quite certain that in 6 months you'll be back here, because we will still be around when the others have gone, when the others scammed you that are offering the 1% per day and such. Anyways, so we have that buyback mechanism integrated. Also important for you to know, to stabilize and help grow the token price. And once we release the virtual world, we're going to have all these use cases for Gymnet beyond our affiliate plan and the debit cards. So some use cases are already there already today. However, there's going to be many more. But even before we reach that point, we are going to reduce the token supply, because part of the tokens that we buy back automatically will be burned in manual burning events that we do, just like Binance is doing it, or PancakeSwap, for example, right? And the final part right here, this is where Jordan Markov usually, these slides are also, these were taken from our recent event that we had in Asia, where he was also part of that event, and he showed to the community. So for example, some of the movies that he worked with. I already mentioned in the beginning that ImmersiveX is actually a visual effects company. So here are just some examples. I talked about the Expendables. He has worked with guys like Sylvester Stallone, Jason Statham, awesome action hero, love that guy. But he seems to be a quite arrogant person. So on screen he looks great and like he might be nice. In reality, he's quite arrogant, Jordan said. Anyways, that's just a side note. Samuel Jackson, Ryan Reynolds, right here, Gerard Butler. So he has worked with great action heroes, and he was the one, and his team from ImmersiveX, that provided the visual effects. So right here, these are just some very simple examples. Let's look right here at the cover poster from The Mechanic. This is Jason Statham. And those of you who know the movie, there's the scene, where he's hanging off a building. I think it's Hong Kong, if I recall it right. And he's like hanging down on a glass swimming pool, that's reaching out of a building. And then he's like making it explode. He's putting a little bomb there. Anyways, that's him in the movie. That's Jason Statham in ImmersiveX's visual effects studio. That's what he looked like when they shot the scene. And that's what he looks like after ImmersiveX applied their visual effects, right? That's when you see him in the movie, and it looks as if he's sliding down the wall of a large, tall building. However, that's what he actually did in real life. And over here we can see how they're, applying this is CGI, computer generated imagery. That's, I think, London Has Fallen. Was it Chelsea Bridge? Anyways, there's a bridge exploding. If you know that movie scene, it looks very realistic, right? And that's due to the fact that Immersive X, applied their expertise to make it look that way. Of course, you cannot, blow up a real bridge just to make a nice movie scene out of it. What they're doing is they're taking thousands and thousands of photos, and then they put these textures, on the 3D imagery that they create on the computer, and then that's how they make it look as if that bridge is actually exploding and falling apart. Awesome stuff. If you hear himself talk about it, and you see his expertise that he brings to the table, it again adds a much bigger level, of expertise to demonstrate what we're capable of achieving here with the team that we have behind Gymstreet. And yeah, finally, we already talked about virtual reality. Now the next step, what we're already working towards is mixed reality. So we believe that, yeah, virtual reality is nice, but maybe that's one step, too much further down, because we're not yet there yet. We're not ready for it yet. The devices to access virtual reality, not everyone has VR glasses at home, and we're not quite used to it yet. However, we all have smartphones at home. Right here we can see how it's going to be in the near future. This is Apple Vision Pro, but it's still quite big, and it's very costly. I think $3,000 or $4,000, and it's only available to the US market to begin with. But I invite you to look it up on YouTube. There's a nice commercial or like a promotional video showing how this works. And it's like when you look through these VR glasses, you put them on, it's like as if your operating system is like projected into the room in front of you. This from movies, right? Iron Man, for example. So Iron Man, he has everything projected into the room, and then he's like doing like this with his fingers somewhere in the air, wiping around, moving things around. With Apple Vision Pro, this is now reality, and it's already working. You can already buy and use it, right? The only thing that we haven't achieved yet is make it, more comfortable. It's quite big still and all that. However, we already have that already too. Let's come over here. So that's Apple Vision Pro. Ray-Ban and Meta have teamed up to come up with the first smart glasses, actual smart glasses. They have little cameras built in right here, and they're filming what you're seeing. As you're looking through these glasses, you can share live immediately, right, what you're seeing in that moment and live stream it to your social media. So for anyone doing social media, awesome stuff. And this is where I believe where we are going to this will be the first step towards getting accustomed to this technology. And by the time also virtual reality, everything will fit into a regular pair of glasses, just like the first iPhone was, I don't know, this thick, and now smartphones are almost as thin as a piece of paper, right? So imagine only a few years further down the road, it will definitely become possible to have all the technology built in, to a regular pair of glasses, such that looking through these glasses, you can project your operating desk or your desktop right there into the space in front of you. And that's also our vision, how our community will be accessing our products via mixed reality. However, before we get there, you don't even need a pair of smart glasses. You take what you already own, what you already possess today. And I believe every single person on this planet, or let's say almost every single person on this planet today, actually owns and uses a smartphone on a daily basis, right? And taking what we already have, let's have a look at what we will be able to do with it. This is mixed reality. We will be able to project our virtual world via smartphone into the space, into the real world in front of us. Look, and this is here. This is how you can view it looking through your smartphone screen. So you put up a blank piece of paper right there. You open up your smartphone, you open our app, and you can then you look on the smartphone screen and it projects our virtual world right there into the real world in front of you. And now if you're asking like, okay, well, that looks nice, how you project a building right there, but didn't you mention that we would also walk into these buildings to access the products, and talk to the AI avatars? Well, let's have a look at this right here. So this is what we call the portals, mixed reality portals. And look, it's opening up. All of this is happening on the smartphone screen, by the way. And then by actually moving, you're now moving inside the virtual building. While you're moving in the real world, you can walk inside these buildings and access the virtual world via the device that you already own today. All right, guys, I exceeded by much longer than I had planned. This is due to my excitement. Hopefully I didn't lose you along the way. Any questions up to this point? And also, was I able to transport our vision, the excitement about what we are about to achieve here over to you guys? And is this something that you would love to buy into and recommend our products to others in order to earn commissions for yourselves?
Oh yes, I think that was well detailed. You nailed it right to the top, right to the tip. And I think from the ecosystem part of it, from the business profile, the management profile, everything is covered, guys. And I know in our next meeting we're gonna be talking about the team building compensation plan and how to make money as a team builder. I know all of you are team builders. I know they are not more of the investor community, but they're on the team building side of society. And guess what? In our next meeting, he'll be laying out. I would like to propose maybe tomorrow or day after. Let him rest a bit, and we're gonna be taking through the compensation plan, how to make the money, how to take advantage of this concept and make millions. I can't wait to see some of you guys being crown diamonds. I can't wait to see some of you guys becoming, white diamonds. And he's gonna be showing you how to do it, how to get there. And with, of course, the expertise that we have here through our brother Louis Mhlanga. Guess what? Africa will never be the same. Let me hand over back to Mr. Mhlanga for him to take over the meeting. Remember, it was your meeting, so I will have to have less of talking and more of listening.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Charles. Thank you. I can see there are a lot of people that I know on the call. Okay, thank you so much for joining tonight. And because of our time, I think we can cut it off here and we continue with the conversation plan either tomorrow. Actually, we are having the community onboarding call tomorrow. Am I right, Dr. Charles? Okay, what time? What time?
We should be having it same time, but we'll confirm it should be same time in the evening.
Okay, please, please confirm. And please note also, leaders, please note this. Please note this. Write down on your diaries. On Thursday, we will be with Frank, the company CEO, and Claudio, just for the leaders, just leaders at 10 a.m. next week on Thursday. Please make sure, note it down on your diaries and let's not miss out, so that if you have any question, any question, when I'm saying any question regarding the company, regarding the product, regarding the service, regarding the way we do things within Gymstreet, don't miss that call as a leader, because it's always easier to transport the vision when you understand it. If you cannot explain or or sell the product easier, it means you don't understand it. So for you to understand better and even to know this gym network, Gymstreet family, please don't miss that call so that we grow together. And also note this, every week we will be having the CEO and other like chief communications officer, Timo, and also Claudio, even one of our great minds, which is the coach, business coach. He might be joining us also in some of these calls. Just only leaders call, no one else, only leaders. So please note that. So we are building a business, and we believe that for us to build a business, we have to invest time and effort in also helping each other to understand the product and the service, the vision, where we are heading to, and how to sell it, how to package it. When you meet someone for coffee, how do you deliver it? So basically, that's it. I wanted to say every week, we will be having a session for leaders only with the CEO, chief communications officer. Some days the token designer will come if there is a question or something to understand about the tokenomics of GymNet token. So with that being said, thank you so much. I am so excited actually to have you on board, and we have so much to do, and the ground is ripe. We just have to go out there and harvest. So thank you so much, leaders. Thank you. If there is anyone who wants to say something, please feel free while the Chief Communications Officer is here. It's your first time to meet him. He hasn't been with you. So please feel free to ask anything, to just say, just few minutes. Let's just do 10 minutes, then we can call it a night. Anyone who wants to say something, leaders?
Okay, I think let's hear from Pierre Billionaire or Leader Kanye. How do you feel so far? Because I know you've been following up leaders, because he's still here. If you want to add, you want to comment, you want to compliment, you want to ask, take advantage of this few minutes that we have. I know we've been here longer, but I'm sure you got those few things you would want to say. Go ahead, Leader K. Billionaire.
Dr. Charles. Dr.
Yes.
Charles, good evening, and then thank you to Timo, thank you to Luis. We were excited about the project already, but listening to Timo break the whole ecosystem down, even it's driven the passion through the roof. And then now we are comfortable that we have a home that we can grow in. So guys, we are happy with the support you give us. Let's keep the support coming. When we begin to deliver sales, you understand the partnership that you guys have joined. There was a question I had wanted to ask yesterday, the other leader, but if you are here, let me ask you. Now you have a little over 7,000 smart contracts in the system. I wanted to ask, this is just off the case. If over the next 6 months, we have 100,000 contracts, what would it mean to Gymstreet? And then what would be would there be any strange changes in the system? What would it mean to Gymstreet as an ecosystem? If in the next 3 to 4 months, there's 150,000 smart contracts coming through, what would it mean for the business?
I'm not sure if we're mixing. You don't mean smart contracts, you mean community members.
Yes, community
we don't
members.
Have 7,000
yes.
smart contracts. We have 7,000.
No, community members. Yes, community members. I meant. Sorry. Yes, community members.
But of course, the more the better. There's not much else to say about this. One thing that I haven't mentioned is that the whole thing, everything that we have been able to accomplish so far has been accomplished without a single dollar of externally raised capital. The only growth model that we have implemented thus far is our affiliate system. So with people like you, like-minded people who buy into the business model, who share the vision that we provide, and who love to go out there, spread the word, generate sales, help us grow, and at the same time, use it to build an affiliate business for themselves, to earn great commissions that way. And thus far, it's working great to do it like this. It has allowed us to raise enough capital to keep things going, to pay the development teams, to pay Immersive X, their visual effects, experts that are providing us with everything. So yeah, the more the better. What else can I say about this?
Okay, and also, King Billionaire, what I wanted to say is that when the community grows bigger, it means that even the ecosystem, the tokenomics of the token value will appreciate like Nome's business, which is key. And also it means that the value of our digital land, the virtual land, will appreciate also, meaning that it will spearhead our roadmap. Instead of taking like 6 months or a year to get to $600 per land parcel, it will be minimized. So that's the advantage about it. And also it will be an advantage to all of us to be able to get to the next stage where we will be able to have the trade of our virtual land parcels globally. So that's very important. And that's why we are so passionate about doing it right, laying the foundation and moving forward with people that understand where we are and what we are doing.
Awesome.
Okay, Billionaire, would you?
Awesome. So far so good. I think we're in the right track. Let me hear from I love just hearing from the man of God. Pastor Samuel, are you there? Let me hear a word or two. Or if there's no Pastor Samuel, I can check if there's Pastor Fiso, before we close. Or any one of you guys can say a word before we go. I know we've been here for about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Good evening, leaders.
Good evening. Good evening,
Good evening,
sir.
Dr. Charles.
Evening, sir. How are you?
Awesome. I'm blessed. Wow, I feel like we're in the promised land already.
We have arrived, eh?
Well, now it's up to us, of course, to make something out of it. So as we thought, I mean, this is obvious to you guys, of course. You all are business men. But in our mindset course, we teach the community that, mindset always goes hand in hand with taking action. So now we've come together, we've made the choice. Now it's about to start to take action.
Awesome.
I think his network is not so smooth.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We were born ready. That is what our time.
All right. Thank you so much, Pastor Samuel. I don't know if I can hand your time back to you, Mr. Lewis, so that you can close the meeting.
Okay, I think we have said so much tonight. We have a choice, leaders here. We have a choice, and I want to pose a challenge to all of us from tonight. Let's go out there, write the goals that we want to achieve. How much do we want to earn in the next coming 12 months? How much do you want to bank in the next coming 12 months? What is that you want to achieve on a monthly basis? So it's entirely up to you, but it's important to have your why. Why are you doing this? And once you know exactly why are you doing it, write down the goal, know and understand why you are doing it. That will help you even in a point where you want to feel like giving up or where you are kind of like discouraged. So it's helpful. And also you keep that goal in your eyes, you keep that vision in your eyes. it will become a reality in the near future. So thank you so much, our leaders. We really appreciate you. We're looking forward to meeting you also again tomorrow for the community call, where we are launching the community and sharing this opportunity with them, the company and the products and services that we offer. And a big thank you to you, Timo. Thank you so much for your sacrifice and also for being with us tonight. And I think Enes saying the marriage with Gymstreet is...
It's not a hit and run relationship.
Absolutely, Ernest. Okay, man. Thank you so
Definitely.
much, our leaders. We really appreciate you. Have a good night. Looking forward also to seeing you. And remember to please finish up the registration so that the IT team can start to do their work, but they will start tomorrow morning when they are in the office. Have a good night. We're looking forward also to seeing you tomorrow. Bye for now.
Awesome,
All right,
awesome.
Thank you all for having me. Great pleasure meeting you guys. Until next time.
Thank you.
My Y is waiting downstairs.
Cheers.
So wish you all a good night. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.